I'm currently clicking in my head, like, what the fuck is actually happening?
But you just learned right now that Hamas and the Palestinians initiated the war, right? You
Mhm.
did not know it before this. You were not aware that they took 251 hostages. What's your honest opinion about the conflict,
Between who?
Israel and Palestine?
Personally, to me, there is like people. I'm not supporting all of Israel. Like, there are some people in Israel who do not want that to happen, but it's
Okay.
mostly just between the government. And it's like, the shit is that they're making it happen, and like the people are just drawn into it. Yeah, there is people who hate each other and shit like that. It's normal. Everybody hates like somebody at least in their life.
Yeah, but who do you think is responsible for the conflict? Do you think someone is to blame?
The government
Which
from both
one?
sides.
Both sides.
From both sides.
Why do you blame Israel?
I don't blame Israeli people who do not want that
No,
to
the
happen.
government.
Not
Why do you
even the
blame the Israeli government? That's my question.
that the conflict they started was about land, about money, and about like knowing who they are.
Yeah, but when did it start according to what you know?
What I think and what?
You're saying it started because of land and money, right?
Yeah.
Do you know when? What date?
Mm. The war started like I believe last year around the time, but the conflict about that has been going on for years.
No, the war started on October 7th, 2023. 3 years ago. You know what
Damn.
happened?
Well.
Hamas, it's the government in Gaza, the Palestinians, came
Mm-hmm.
into Israel. They massacred 1,200 Israelis in 6 hours.
Are you Israeli?
Yes, 1,200. They came to Israel. They came to something called the Nova Festival. It was like a music festival. People were dancing. They massacred, they
Mm-hmm.
mowed down the people there. They killed over 300 people there.
Okay.
Um, okay, sorry. Yeah, so they did that. Women
Mm-hmm.
were raped during that. The Palestinians, the Hamas came and they raped women, yes. They burned people alive and they took hostages back to Gaza. 39 of them were underage kids, which the youngest was a 9-month-old baby that they abducted back to Gaza, which later on was returned dead, strangled to death by them. A 9-month-old baby. So that's how the conflict started. What do you
Okay.
think we should have done as the country, as Israel, after we got this such an attack?
Personally, protect the people you care for, like
Exactly.
the like people of your country to be protected.
Should we rescue the hostages?
Yes.
Should we make sure that this will never happen again?
In the violence meaning probably not, because like the violence is the only problem here right now. Like, but I believe like there should be a civilized revenge on the people what they did to your country.
Civilized revenge? What is a civilized revenge?
I'm not supporting neither side. What I heard I did not know of. I'm not that into the deep
Okay,
about that war.
but wait, but what is a civilized revenge? Let's say you're in the government of Israel. After everything I told you that happened, how do you react?
I will protect with if he really cared for his like people, I would do whatever to stop that.
So you protect your people, fair. You're gonna rescue the hostages?
I believe that's what the first thing he's supposed to do.
Okay. So in order to rescue the hostages, you will need to go into war because they're in tunnels. They're in civilian infrastructures. Hamas is holding them in those tunnels between civilians. There are 40 to 50,000 Hamas militants holding hostages in booby-trapped areas, under hospitals, under schools, under mosques, in tunnels. You will need to go and fight them.
Mm-hmm.
So you agree that you should go and fight them, right?
I agree on some kind of levels of that, but not with the whole thing that's happening. This took
What
over
don't you
for.
agree about exactly?
No, I'm gonna explain it. This took, as you said, 3 years. Now, 3 years
Roughly.
this has been
Mm-hmm.
happening. Roughly 3 years. So, I believe there is some kind of like, if you ever like took a mother, a father, or whatever, really care for their families and shit, and somebody got abducted, no shit, they were killed for their kid, they were killed for somebody that they love.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't have to like go on for years and like
So I'll tell you
I
something.
must
On
have.
October 8th, one day after the war, we gave them an option: return all the hostages, and Hamas dismantled, like remove from the government and give all the weapons. We said, if you do these two things, we're not gonna fight you. We're not gonna go into war. We're not gonna do anything. They decide to hold ground and to continue the war.
That's what they did with
So they
that.
forced us to go into the war. We cannot say, "Oh, there are hostages between civilians, so we're not gonna fight for them." It's not possible. If it was your family, I'm sure you would want your government to do anything in their possibility to rescue from terrorist organization, right? To go and rescue them.
But did you ever get a confirmation that they were fully alive, like before the war
The
even started?
hostages?
Yeah.
Yes. There are
Uh,
videos that were released. We rescued some of the hostages. Some of them
no,
were
before
returned
you
in.
started the war, when you knew it was they were abducted. You
Mhm.
got a 9-month old
Month-year-old, yeah.
who was strangled. Right.
After, yes.
That baby was dead.
Mhm.
Did you get the confirmation for the hostages, all of them, that they were
Some
alive?
of them, there were videos released of them alive, showing that they're alive.
Okay.
Some of them were released in hostage exchange. We released prisoners, terrorists from our prisons that they came in to kill us. We released them to get hostages back.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we released around 3 to 5 terrorists for every one hostage. So understand how much we appreciate our people's lives. We will release more prisoners, terrorists, in order to get our people back. And by the way, even if, God forbid, all of them, all the hostages were dead, we will still go
Okay.
into war to get them back.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure of that. Oh, wait a second.
That was my roommate. She's
It's
going to
okay.
bed.
It's okay. So we tried, when we attack them also in Gaza, we tell them to evacuate. We give them refugee zones. We drop leaflets. We call them. We gave them safe routes in order to evacuate. We gave them 3 weeks to evacuate from the north to the south because we told them we're going to come and attack Hamas. So we removed the element of surprise. Think about that. If we wanted to surprise Hamas, we would just go in and start attacking them. We removed the element of surprise in order to save Palestinians' lives.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to do everything in our power in order to reduce the civilian casualties. You know that Hamas did everything in their power to increase civilian casualties? Because, for example, they will fight in civilian. You know that they fight in civilian clothes?
Mm-mm.
Yes, so they fight in civilian clothes. I can show you videos. They don't fight in military uniform. Why would they do that?
To make less suspicion of them.
To blend with the civilian population. And that will make them a human shield. Because then, when we attack, we might confuse a civilian with a Hamas militant.
So they're like a wolf in a sheep's clothing.
Exactly. There are many videos of them fighting like that. For example, do you know how many army bases Hamas have?
No.
Zero. Zero. None. So do you know where they operate from? From civilian infrastructures, because they have to operate from somewhere. So, for example, the one of the leaders of Hamas, Mohammed Sinwar, he was found in the European hospital when we attacked it. Yes, there was a command center of Hamas in that hospital. They were shooting rockets into Israel from UN schools. You were not aware of that?
No, I was not.
Muhammad Def, again, one of the leaders of Hamas. You know where he was when we killed him? In the Al Muwasi zone. It's refugee zones to make sure that no Hamas will be there and the population will be safe when we're conducting the war against Hamas. So the leader of Hamas was in that area, in the Al Muwasi zone. So those leaders, Hamas, are in between the people because they know if we're gonna attack them, civilians will get hurt, and they can use this as a propaganda against us in this war.
I believe mostly the like why is the war put on you, like the Israeli people, is because we don't know the past of it.
What do you mean you don't know the past of it?
Listen, I did not know the people were adopt
Abducted.
adopt
You're good. You're good.
my English is not like
It's
perfect.
okay.
So we didn't know the people were abducted or anything about that. And when you started the war, with the warning, we like most of the people of Europe, like the world's people, went on the Palestinians.
They what?
They went on the Palestinian side.
Against the Palestinians. Yes.
You, like Israeli people and some of other, were against the Palestinians.
Of
But
course.
because the Israeli people started that, the media took the blame for y'all, not
What do
for
you
the
mean we
Palestinians.
started it? When did we start it?
In the media's eyes, you
Oh,
started it.
yes. I know in the media's eyes. Okay.
In the media's eyes, you started. So the blame went to Israeli. I don't know what's it called. So Gaza was safe, Palestinians were safe, and everything. They didn't know anything that were people of that. Ich raste aus.
It's okay.
So in the media's eyes, you were the killer and they were the victim.
I understand. But if you learn into the topic and you educate yourself, and like I told you what happened, you start to understand what's going on and who's fighting and how is each
I'm
one
like
fighting.
clicking. I'm currently clicking in my head like what the fuck is actually happening.
But you just learned right now that Hamas and the Palestinians initiated the war, right? You did
Hmm.
not know it before this. You were not aware that they took 251 hostages, that they massacred 1,200 Israelis, that they raped women, burned people alive. There were entire families that were killed, entire of them. Like parents and their kids in their houses were massacred.
Bodiga, was ist das?
There are, I want to tell you one, and it's really hard. Like when I talk about it, it's like horrible, but there were parents that were tied, and the terrorist organization forced them to see how they torture their kids and kill their kids in front of their eyes.
Bodiga.
Like people don't understand what actually happened on October 7, how horrendous it was. I can continue saying it, but I don't want to. I know it's hard for you to listen to it, but it was, there are a lot of evidence of what happened. It was insanely brutal. Brutal is not even cutting it. Like, you know, there was a 45-minute video showing for the media about exactly from the GoPros, because Hamas went with GoPros and videos and showed what they were doing. And they showed it to the media. The media came out of those rooms crying. You saw them breaking down when they saw the videos from October 7th of what happened to us. What did they do to us? I want to say one more. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. So give me 1 second. Sorry. So yeah, it's horrible what they did to us. It's you cannot fathom the tremendous trauma we got from that. And I don't like that people are dying, even on the Palestinian side, but people don't understand what we went through.
Mm,
And I appreciate you taking your time to hear me and to me to explain to you. And it's for me it's so weird. Not weird, it's so I'm so angry that you don't know about this. That the media is not showing you about this.
thank you for explaining it to me. The last part, like, I'm currently gonna have tears really soon.
I'm sorry. I understand.
No, you just wanted to get that out. The fact is, I don't know if you know, like, about the war with Yugoslavia.
When? Remind me?
You know like the Balkans, Bosnia, Serbia, Croatia,
Okay.
the war between them all.
In the 2000s,
I'm
I
Bosnian.
guess? Okay, you
I'm
Bosnian?
Bosnian. So I heard a lot of like stories from my grandmother how they like really like took half of the family, set them down, tied them up, and tortured their people. Like it was not even like they brought them to like a river, sat half of them down, tied them up, and watched them shoot them and torture them and push them into the water.
It's horrible. It's
The Serbians did that, and the Croats, mostly Serbians.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for hear that.
So thank you for explaining this to me.
I appreciate also you.
I hope you have a good day, good night, whatever.
It's okay.
And
Appreciate you. What's your name?
cheers. Sarah.
Sarah? My name is Aviu.
Of you?
Aviu. Yeah, that's good. You're good.
Okay. And continue like telling people about this. I will search this up. I would like to learn a little bit more about this.
Actually, you can also search again that you will know because this is just this time right now. Because if you're gonna go, for example, 20 years back, there was something called the first Intifada was 40 years ago, but there was something called the second Intifada, which was much brutal. I'll just give you the clip notes because again, I see how you react, but I just want you to know. During the second Intifada was a very it was the big after October 7th. This was the biggest massacre of Jews in the 2000 around the beginning of 2000. Around 1,100 Jews and Israelis, basically Israelis, were killed by terrorist attacks. They came with suicide vests and they went into buses, they went into restaurants, and they just exploded themselves in the Dolphinarium in a club. And most of the people that died, more like 80 to 90% of the people died was civilians, kids, women, elderly. They just came in with suicide vests and they just bombed themselves in order to kill as many as they could. You do not see this from the Israeli side. Would not go and try to kill civilians just to kill civilians. You see it only from one side.
That's disgusting.
I know. Listen, I appreciate the conversation. Thank you very much, Sarah. I hope you're gonna have a good weekend. And
God bless.
you too. Thank you. Bye bye. Hi, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'm an independent content creator, so the best way to support me is via coffee down in the description below, or becoming a member, part of my YouTube channel. See you in the next video.